Welcome! In this video, we'll walk you through a realistic implementation timeline for data loss prevention, or DLP. Whether you're new to DLP or looking to refine your approach, understanding the stages and timeframes involved is crucial. DLP is all about protecting sensitive data from unauthorized access or leaks. But rolling out an effective DLP program isn't something that happens overnight. It requires careful planning, stakeholder engagement, and a step-by-step process. Let's start by breaking down what DLP is and why a structured timeline matters for successful implementation. A realistic timeline is essential for DLP implementation because it sets expectations, allocates resources, and helps manage risks. Without a clear schedule, projects can stall, budgets may balloon, and critical data could remain exposed. By mapping out each phase, organizations can ensure that every step, from initial assessment to full deployment, is completed efficiently. This approach also allows for better communication among teams and stakeholders, reducing confusion and increasing accountability. Now, let's look at the key phases you'll encounter on your DLP journey. The first phase of any DLP implementation is the initial assessment. This is where you evaluate your current data landscape, identify sensitive information, and understand existing security gaps. Typically, this phase takes about 2 to 4 weeks, depending on the size and complexity of your organization. During this time, you'll gather input from key stakeholders, review compliance requirements, and start to outline your DLP objectives. A thorough assessment sets the foundation for a successful project, ensuring you address the right risks from the start. Engaging stakeholders early is critical for DLP success. This includes IT, compliance, legal, HR, and business unit leaders. Their input helps shape the scope and priorities of your DLP program. Typically, stakeholder engagement overlaps with the assessment phase and can last 2 to 3 weeks. During this period, you'll conduct interviews, workshops, and surveys to gather insights and build consensus. Early buy-in ensures smoother implementation and better alignment with organizational goals. Once you've completed your assessment and engaged stakeholders, it's time to define your DLP requirements. This step involves specifying what data needs protection, where it resides, and how it should be handled. You'll also determine compliance needs and technical constraints. This phase usually takes 2 to 4 weeks. Clear requirements help you choose the right DLP tools and set measurable objectives, ensuring your solution fits your organization's unique needs. With your requirements in hand, you can now evaluate and select the right DLP tools. This process involves researching vendors, conducting demos, and comparing features. You'll want to consider integration capabilities, scalability, and support. Tool selection typically takes 3 to 6 weeks, depending on the number of options and internal approval processes. Choosing the right tool is a pivotal step, as it directly impacts your DLP program's effectiveness and future scalability. Before rolling out your chosen DLP solution organization-wide, it's wise to run a proof of concept, or POC. This phase, lasting 2 to 4 weeks, allows you to test the tool in a controlled environment. You'll validate key features, assess performance, and gather feedback from users. The POC helps you identify potential issues early and ensures the solution meets your requirements before full-scale deployment. After a successful proof of concept, it's time to develop a detailed project plan. This includes setting timelines, assigning responsibilities, and defining milestones. You'll also outline communication strategies and risk management plans. Project planning typically takes 2 to 3 weeks. A solid plan keeps everyone on track and ensures that each phase of the DLP implementation is executed smoothly. Before deploying your DLP solution, you'll need to prepare your IT infrastructure. This may involve upgrading hardware, configuring networks, and ensuring compatibility with existing systems. Infrastructure preparation can take 2 to 4 weeks, depending on your environment's complexity. Proper preparation minimizes technical hiccups during deployment and helps ensure a smooth rollout. Developing DLP policies is a critical step. Policies define what data is protected, who can access it, and what actions are allowed or blocked. This phase, lasting 2 to 3 weeks, involves collaboration between IT, compliance, and business units. Well-crafted policies ensure your DLP solution enforces the right controls and aligns with regulatory requirements. User training is essential for DLP success. In this phase, which takes 1 to 2 weeks, you'll develop training materials and schedule sessions for staff. Training ensures users understand new policies, recognize security risks, and know how to respond to DLP alerts. Well-prepared users are your first line of defense against data loss. A pilot deployment allows you to test your DLP solution with a small group of users before a full rollout. This phase, lasting 2 to 4 weeks, helps you identify any issues, gather feedback, and make necessary adjustments. Pilots reduce the risk of widespread disruptions and ensure your solution works as intended in a real-world setting. After the pilot, it's time to review feedback and make adjustments. This phase, typically 1 to 2 weeks, involves analyzing user input, resolving technical issues, and refining policies or configurations. Addressing feedback early ensures a smoother experience when you scale up to the full deployment. With lessons learned from the pilot, you can now plan your full deployment. This step, lasting 1 to 2 weeks, involves finalizing schedules, communicating with all users, and ensuring support resources are in place. Careful planning at this stage helps minimize disruptions and ensures a coordinated rollout across the organization. The full deployment phase is where your DLP solution goes live across the entire organization. This phase can take 2 to 6 weeks, depending on the size and complexity of your environment. During rollout, you'll monitor for issues, provide user support, and ensure policies are enforced. A phased approach, rolling out to different departments in stages, can help manage risks and ensure a smooth transition. After deployment, ongoing support is crucial. This phase, lasting 2 to 4 weeks, involves monitoring system performance, addressing user questions, and resolving any technical issues. Providing timely support helps users adapt to the new system and ensures your DLP solution operates effectively from day one. Now it's time to execute your user training plan. Over 1 to 2 weeks, you'll deliver training sessions, distribute materials, and answer questions. Effective training ensures users understand their responsibilities and know how to respond to DLP alerts, reducing the risk of accidental data loss. Once your DLP solution is live, continuous monitoring and tuning are essential. This ongoing phase involves reviewing alerts, analyzing incidents, and adjusting policies as needed. Regular tuning ensures your DLP system remains effective as your organization's data and threats evolve. This phase is ongoing, but requires focused attention in the first 4 to 8 weeks post-deployment. A robust incident response plan is vital for DLP. In this phase, which takes 1 to 2 weeks, you'll define procedures for investigating and responding to DLP alerts. Clear response plans help your team act quickly and effectively if a data loss event occurs, minimizing potential damage. Policies aren't set in stone. After initial deployment, you'll need to review and update your DLP policies regularly. This phase, which should occur every 4 to 8 weeks, ensures your controls remain effective as business needs and threats change. Policy reviews help you adapt to new regulations and emerging risks. Measuring the effectiveness of your DLP program is key. In this ongoing phase, you'll track metrics like incident rates, policy violations, and user compliance. Regular reporting, typically monthly or quarterly, helps you demonstrate value to stakeholders and identify areas for improvement. DLP is not a one-time project. Continuous improvement is essential to keep up with evolving threats and business needs. This phase involves regular reviews, user feedback, and technology updates. By fostering a culture of improvement, you ensure your DLP program remains effective and relevant. Let's recap the overall timeline. From initial assessment to full deployment and ongoing improvement, a realistic DLP implementation typically spans 4 to 8 months. Each phase builds on the last, ensuring a structured and manageable rollout. Remember, timelines can vary based on organization, size, complexity, and regulatory requirements. Several factors can impact your DLP implementation timeline: organization size, data complexity, regulatory requirements, and available resources all play a role. Larger organizations or those with complex data environments may need more time for assessment, tool integration, and training. Regulatory demands can also extend timelines, especially in highly regulated industries like finance or healthcare. DLP projects often face challenges such as unclear requirements, resistance to change, and technical integration issues. Addressing these early by involving stakeholders, setting clear goals, and planning for change management can help keep your project on track. Being proactive about challenges ensures smoother implementation and better outcomes. Effective change management is key to DLP success. This involves clear communication, leadership support, and user engagement throughout the project. Change management activities should start early and continue through deployment, helping users adapt and reducing resistance. Integrating DLP with your existing IT systems is often a complex task. This phase involves configuring DLP tools to work with email, file servers, cloud platforms, and endpoint devices. Integration can take 2 to 4 weeks, depending on system complexity. Proper integration ensures comprehensive data protection across your organization. Thorough testing and validation are essential before going live. This phase, lasting 2 to 3 weeks, involves simulating data loss scenarios, verifying policy enforcement, and ensuring alerts work as intended. Testing helps catch issues early and builds confidence in your DLP solution. Clear communication with users is vital throughout the DLP project. Regular updates, FAQs, and feedback channels help users understand changes and feel supported. Good communication reduces confusion and increases user buy-in, making your DLP rollout more successful. Strong vendor support can accelerate your DLP implementation. Engage with your DLP provider for technical assistance, best practices, and troubleshooting. Vendor support is especially valuable during tool integration, testing, and early deployment phases. Meeting regulatory requirements is a major driver for DLP projects. This phase involves mapping DLP controls to relevant laws and standards, such as GDPR or HIPAA. Compliance activities may extend your timeline, but they're essential for avoiding legal and financial penalties. Data discovery is a foundational step in DLP. This process involves scanning your environment to locate sensitive data, both structured and unstructured. Data discovery can take 2 to 4 weeks and helps you understand where your most valuable information resides, guiding policy, development, and tool configuration. A thorough risk assessment identifies potential threats to your data and helps prioritize DLP controls. This phase, lasting 2 to 3 weeks, involves evaluating internal and external risks, such as insider threats or cyber attacks. Risk assessment informs your DLP strategy and ensures resources are focused where they're needed most. Classifying your data is essential for effective DLP. This phase, taking 2 to 3 weeks, involves labeling data based on sensitivity and business value. Proper classification ensures that the right controls are applied to the right data, reducing the risk of accidental exposure. Setting up access controls is a key part of DLP. This phase, lasting 2 to 3 weeks, involves defining who can access what data and under what conditions. Strong access controls limit the risk of unauthorized data exposure and support compliance requirements. Configuring alerts is crucial for timely incident response. This phase, taking 1 to 2 weeks, involves setting up notifications for policy violations and suspicious activities. Well-tuned alerts help your team respond quickly to potential data loss events. Encrypting sensitive data adds an extra layer of protection. This phase, lasting 2 to 3 weeks, involves implementing encryption for data at rest and in transit. Encryption helps prevent unauthorized access, even if data is intercepted or stolen. Protecting endpoints, such as laptops and mobile devices, is vital for DLP. This phase, taking 2 to 3 weeks, involves deploying endpoint agents and configuring policies to monitor and control data movement. Endpoint protection helps prevent data leaks from user devices. Integrating DLP with cloud services is increasingly important. This phase, lasting 2 to 4 weeks, involves configuring DLP controls for cloud storage, email, and collaboration platforms. Cloud integration ensures your data is protected, no matter where it resides. Mobile devices are a common source of data leaks. This phase, taking 2 to 3 weeks, involves implementing mobile device management, solutions, and configuring DLP policies for smartphones and tablets. MDM helps enforce security controls and protect data on the go. Managing third-party risks is essential for DLP. This phase, lasting 2 to 3 weeks, involves assessing vendors and partners for data protection practices and ensuring they comply with your DLP policies. Third-party risk management helps prevent data leaks from external sources. Backup and recovery are critical for minimizing the impact of data loss. This phase, taking 2 to 3 weeks, involves reviewing backup strategies, testing recovery procedures, and ensuring backups are protected by DLP controls. Effective backup planning ensures business continuity in case of data incidents. Keeping executives informed is important for DLP program success. This phase, ongoing but with focused activity every 4 to 8 weeks, involves preparing executive summaries, dashboards, and presentations. Executive reporting demonstrates progress, highlights risks, and secures ongoing support. After major milestones, it's valuable to conduct lessons learned sessions. This phase, lasting 1 to 2 weeks after deployment, involves gathering feedback from all teams, documenting successes and challenges, and identifying opportunities for future improvement. Lessons learned help refine your DLP approach and inform future projects. To wrap up, implementing DLP is a multi-phase journey that typically spans several months. By following a structured timeline, engaging stakeholders, and focusing on continuous improvement, you can protect your organization's sensitive data effectively. Remember, every organization is unique, so adapt these steps to fit your specific needs. Thanks for watching, and good luck on your DLP journey.